Let's start first with you are responsible for educating every child with a disability. When you sit at that table, you're the principal. It is your house, it is your school, these are your children. It is your responsibility to ensure this child has a top-rate IEP that is both legally and educationally sound. Always remember, you cannot use money or a lack of resources as a reason to deny any service or approach that a parent requests. If they request Orton Gillingham software for dyslexia or learning disabilities, they request a one-to-one aid, you cannot say legally that, well, the district can't afford it, we don't have the funds at the campus level, we can't do it for that reason. You need to know that is not a reasonable reason for not providing a child with an appropriate education and an appropriate IEP. You also need to know that you need to be creative with programming. One, you need to understand every service that's available for every child on that campus with a disability. You will have a range of options, whether it be inclusion options, resource options, often what we call skills classes for children with cognitive delays. You need to know every option, and then you also need to be good at being creative. When you're developing an individualized education program, not all kids fall into the single buckets that we create when we look at our options of services. And some of the best work that I've been most proud of is when I've been very creative to meet the needs of a parent and a child. You just need to really think through how to help the child and what their individual needs are. Next, you need to know the laws. There are three major laws we're going to talk about in this course. There's IDEA, which you will also hear as Public Law 94142. It was reauthorized and renamed the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and then reauthorized again, and sometimes you'll see it written as the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act. All of these laws, when you see them written, are the same. It is IDEA, and that is the single primary source of law for special education. You then have several other laws that impact your job. The Rehabilitation Act of 1973, Section 504, 503, and 508 are the next biggest law and sections that affect special education and or services in the school setting. You then have the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Together, those three are really the three for the most part you need to know, but you also need to know 98% of the legal requirements you will deal with as a principal at the school level will really fall with IDEA and Section 504 in particular of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. And in this course, we'll be going through the major components of each of those laws and what you need to know.